Hello, if I were to tell you there is a proven way to communicate with the universe, you probably won't believe me. Yet, back in the 1980s, the CIA set out to demonstrate just that. They did it by conducting a series of experiments aimed at exploring altered states of consciousness and their potential applications. With my own conclusions after reading the CIA experiment report and following the actual sound tapes used by researchers, I will condense the main points and experiences. I will show you also where you can find the actual tapes used in case you want to try it out and also enhance your dialogue with the universe with the CIA proven method. But what was the experiment all about? Researchers were interested in whether individuals in these highly conscious states could gain valuable insights or access information that would be otherwise inaccessible. It involved the use of sound tapes to manipulate brainwaves. The experiment was called the HemiSync Gateway Experience. The tapes are available in the link in the video description below, together with the actual document approved for public release by the CIA in 2003. Lots of articles and videos around the experience of using the process within the tapes have been created. It seems, overall, no one seems to be worse off after trying them out. I have tried them myself by doing the 7 waves, and what I can say is that similar to meditation, you gain focus, new perspective on problem solving, calmness, and an increased sense of joy. But with more practice, more is expected to be developed. The tapes used for the experiment, which you can find in the description of this video, consist of 7 waves, each divided into sections. As you progress, the tape takes you from basic exercises to more complex ones, where the expectation is to go deeper within the meditation and perform different kinds of tasks and visualizations. As Albert Einstein said, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant, which makes sense to use in the context of this experiment. The propositions from the report require you to keep an open mind, to make sense of the ideas and some of the concepts. So let's dive in. The Gateway Experience was based on a research by Robert Monroe, a radio broadcasting executive and pioneer in the exploration of altered states of consciousness, who wrote several books on his experiences and research in the field of out-of-body experiences and consciousness exploration. His books are considered classics in the field of consciousness studies and have inspired many individuals to explore their own inner worlds and the nature of consciousness itself. In line with the fields of experience from Mr. Monroe, the experiment sought to investigate techniques for achieving altered states of consciousness and exploring the boundaries of human perception and cognition. The document is written by a commander tasked with understanding the practicality of this experience in military and intelligence operations. He started by describing hypnosis, transcendental meditation, and biofeedback techniques that have similarities with the Gateway Experience. Hypnosis is a state of focused awareness, often induced by suggestion, whereas transcendental meditation is a specific meditation practice aimed at achieving deep relaxation. Biofeedback involves monitoring physiological functions. It was proven that people with experience in meditation or self-hypnosis were able to achieve more rapidly the desired effect of the Gateway Experience. By measuring brainwaves, even after the first tape, it was possible to calculate that the energy was compacted into narrower frequency bands, meaning that there was a gradual increase in brainwave size or brain power as a subject progressed with the exercises. The time it takes a person to be able to reach advanced energy states, as the document describes it, has to do with each individual nervous system, mindset, consistency, and previous familiarity with meditation. But how does it work? The experiment was aimed at gaining brain hemisphere synchronization by having sound frequencies in one ear different from the other ear, taking the brain from normal beta waves when a subject is awake and functioning to theta waves, which are associated with sleep. The goal is to calm the analytical left hemisphere, induce a simulated sleepy state, attain coherence between both brain hemispheres, and keep the right brain hyper alert, increasing the amplitude and frequency of brain wave output. The document mentions several concepts around energy, consciousness, and our interaction with the universe. There are 2 concepts in my view that cover most of the explanation on how this experiment may work. These concepts are not attributed to one single scientist, but draw upon the work of several prominent physicists and researchers. Holographic principle establishes that the universe, similar to a huge hologram, is comprised of interacting energy fields. The universe has a static and moving energy that passes through the different layers of the electrostatic fields, and it takes a brain with the same amplitude and wave frequency to read and understand those transmissions from the universe. Basically asking the universe, and the universe will respond with images or memories according to what we're asking. The second very interesting concept is intervening dimensions. It states, in summary, everything is conscious energy, and it occupies completely all the time-space dimensions. We usually can only perceive the physical dimension. However, there are lots of layers that comprise where we are, past, future, or not space, among other dimensions. To perceive these other dimensions, the brainwave output is said to look like a flat line. According to Bentov, Israeli American scientists, when the speed of the brain oscillation drops below 10 to the power of minus 33, we can enter in effect a new world. Basically, it confirms that with enough practice, there are aspects of the future or other dimensions that may be clearer. It could be what we vaguely define as better problem solving or intuition, but in my case, other senses may still to be experienced. Through frequent use of the tapes and the process, the expectation is to have the subjects access these higher levels of consciousness. One expected result is enhanced problem solving, expanding the awareness of the problem that a subject wants to see solved, projecting it into the universe, and receiving assistance from a higher self for its solution. Another definition of expected result is patterning, which states that during an expanded awareness state, patterns of thought on a specific topic with the intention for its realization can create holograms in the universe and therefore the basis of the actual realization of that goal. It considers consciousness as the source of all reality, and it wages on it to modify it to our own volition. Self-healing and revitalization are other expected benefits of this process. Through the concept of an energy bar tool, the subject visualizes a small dot of energy in his or her body, which is then converted into a bar of energy that is used to channel energy from the universe to a specific part of the body. All of these expected results and more are explained in the CIA document and guided within the tapes. It takes months and years to be able to master some of the concepts, but that is true not only for this technique. So, do not be frustrated if you don't see results on your first week. In conclusion, practical and personal insights validate the universe communications and OBEs to be within the realm of rational possibilities. Furthermore, there exist well-founded parameters in the field of physical science that support the plausibility of this gateway experience. There is a suggested step-by-step approach at the end of the CIA report that can provide the most promising results if you follow it. So there you have it. I hope this information is useful for you and you enhance your consciousness and the reality around you. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and share it with other people whom you might think could benefit from knowing this.